Hello and welcome. My name is Merely Adequate, and today we are going to optimize the much maligned cow farm. Alright, let's get going. No matter what kind of contraption anybody builds for a cow farm, there is one aspect of it that you just can't get away from. You have to feed them manually. So that means that no matter what, this is going to be a semi-automatic farm. There's no way around it, no ifs, ands, or buts. But, we can smooth out all the other edges. So let me actually run this farm and show you how it works. It takes 5 minutes between the time that you can feed your cows and breed them, and then being able to go again. And I'm always forgetting to come back over regularly and feed them, and long periods of time will go by and I'll forget to do it, and that's what makes the farm go super slow. So, as I'm roaming around my world, if I see my cows bobbing up and down, that gives me a chance to know that I need to feed them. You just come up here and start feeding them. You move around so you can get them all fed, because even with them bobbing up and down, it's kind of hard to get to all of them. But while you're doing this, you're also getting the baby cows to move around and to fall all the way down. And you want them to fall all the way down because when you're done feeding them, what you're going to do is push this button, and then you can walk away. And the water will go away, the lava will come out, and as the babies grow up, they'll be killed by the lava, cooked, and the leather and the cooked meat will get put into the chest. Now, how does this work? Well, what we have back here is a 5-minute timer. Because not only does it take 5 minutes between breeding your cows, but it takes 5 minutes for an item to despawn in Minecraft. So by dropping a piece of junk, whatever blocks you have, onto this pressure plate, when it despawns, it'll reset everything. It'll pull back the lava, push out the water, the cows will start jumping around. See, I'll just grab the item out real quick. There we go, lava goes away, water gets them jumping up and down, and I now have a notification that it's good time for me to come back and respawn them, or not respawn them, but rebreed them and make more cows. And then they'll all the rest of it is automatic. All right, I think it's pretty smooth. I love the warning system. I love the auto cooking, and it works pretty well. All right, let's build this thing together. What do you think? Before we get building, there's one more thing I wanted to show you. I'm using a lot of glass. You don't have to use glass hardly at all. I used it so you can see what's going on. I think it's a really good feature, but it'd be really cool to decorate this thing in wood and kind of make it look really like a part of a farm. So you can change out almost all the blocks. The wood blocks you see kind of have to be there, except for maybe that one in the center back there. You need wood blocks here or something solid so that your ladder can attach. You need these wood blocks for redstone purposes, and then you do need a couple or 3 glass pieces just so that your dust will work correctly. But other than that, you're free to change up most of this for decoration purposes. But we're going to build it out of glass today, so you can build it exactly like this, and then you're free to change it up on your own later. All right, here we go. A solid block with a dispenser. Another solid block. Oopsie, crouch obviously to do it. With another dispenser facing forward just like that. Great. Then we're going to need a dropper facing down with a pressure plate just below it. All right, so far so good. Okay, now let's get your observer and have it facing this direction, away so that the face is actually looking at the pressure plate. Great, with a solid block behind that. Okay, next we're going to need a redstone repeater right there like that, with dust and dust. Okay, that is the main part of the body. Now we just need to elevate everything so we have controls up above. Let's get out some of the glass. And we're going to actually seal in this chamber here because we don't want the item falling in a weird place. You can fill in these corners here if you like. That'll actually make it harder for your clock to get messed up. But I like to leave them open because occasionally for various reasons I want to reset everything, and it lets me walk here in the corner and actually pick up the item that's down there below. Okay, so that's why we're going to leave it just like that. Then we're going to put a solid block here with a button on top. Okay, so far so good. Now we're going to need some glass. So we can go there and there with dust there and there. Another glass block there and there with dust there and there. Okay, that might be a little confusing because the way I separated it, but that is the main controls there. That's everything you need to make this thing work. Now I do like to put in some solid blocks right here, and that gives me something to put the ladder up to come up here and use the device. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to start at the top with the holding area so we can kind of get the cows moving before we finish the rest of it. Okay, let's oh, hold on. A piece of redstone is missing. Right here on top of this dispenser, a piece of redstone dust. Okay? Alright, sorry about that. Okay, up here above, temporary block, and then break the temporary, because then we just need a 3x3 holding area. Just like that. Then we're going to put another temporary block right here. See that? With a pane right there. Okay, and then we're going to break the temporary block. Alright. Now I'm going to use wood for this so you can see the difference. I'm going to put temporary blocks all the way around down here. Alright. So what you have here at the top is a bit of a holding area, and this is where you're going to put cows. And I would recommend doing it now, especially if you're only going to go out and get like 2 cows and you want to breed them up. So you go ahead and you can put a couple cows in, and then you can start breeding them. Now, we want the temporary blocks to stay while you're breeding, because once you break those temporary blocks and put the buttons into place, breeding won't really work anymore because all your babies will just fall down. So this is the time where you decide if you want 6, 10, 12, 40, however many cows, adult cows you want here at the top to do breeding. This is the time that you do it. Get them all in there, breed them all up, and get them going before we move on to the next part. Okay, once you have all the cows that you want in there, or maybe even while you have the cows in there, you can start this next part. We're going to put a ring all the way around here to keep babies from continuing to go places we don't want them to go. And then we're going to do something with trapdoors here. 1, 2, 3. 1 in the middle. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to open them all up. Okay, see that? Now we don't want them on this block out, we want them on the inside. So do them just like how I have them. And now you can, once you have all the cows that you want, now you can break these temporary blocks. All right. What we're going to want to put in their place is a button. Button, 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 everywhere except for right here. Because the water is going to flow out of here. It's going to stay on top of these trapdoors and this glass pane, but they're going to be limited by the buttons, so it'll just be here, causing your cows to bob up and down. All right, the top part of this is done. Now we're going to worry about our collection system. So right here, we want a 3x3 hole like that, and then 2 more like that. See? And then we'll put our chests there. And then we're just going to have hoppers going into it. So in, In. I can't click. In. This way, no matter where they fall, they will all go into here. All right. Next up, fence gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to open them all up except for this one. Without making this thing bigger and spreading everything out, I couldn't really come up with a way to block the cows from getting out right here. Actually, I just realized something. I keep forgetting something. There should be a glass block right there. Yeah? I think. Yes? Yes. Yes? Oh, and there. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting things. Okay. This one needs to stay closed to keep the cows from going out here where the repeater is. This one will open and close on its own with this guy. So it's not a big deal whether you keep it open and closed, but all the rest of them should be open so that the baby cows can fall down and stand here inside here just like I am right now. Good? Okay, now we need to enclose it. Boop, 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 boop. 2 blocks high. Yes. And there we are. That is the body, and that's basically the entire build. We do need to put lava in the bottom and water in the top and then get things sorted timing-wise. So let's do that next. Okay, if you didn't do it earlier, we're going to need to put lava in this one down here. So let's break this temporarily, and we can put lava in that one there. Put that back. Then we need to put water in this one up here. Perfect. Next, what we're going to need to do is set it so that it will work correctly with the water coming out one and then the lava coming out later. All right, so let's put in a stack of anything. You can fill this thing up. I don't know how much you're going to run it, but this just needs to be junk that you don't mind despawning in your world at one at a time. All right. Now, what we want to have happen right now is the water needs to be out. Okay. So let's put some ladders over here, like I said we were going to do earlier. And then we're going to add a button. This is a temporary thing. I'm going to get rid of some dust, put a button down, and make the water go out. Then break the button and put this dust back. Okay? And that is now working the way it's supposed to. So when I click this button, an item will drop and it'll reverse. It'll pull out the water, push out the lava, and everything will be good to go. And that is it. We did it. All right. It works really well. Everything works great. Should we give it a quick test? I think we should give it a quick test. Okay, like I said before, give these guys a lot of feeding. Great. Are they all fed? I guess guys. Gals, right? These are cows. There's no... I guess guys is kind of generic depending on who you talk to, but these are definitely gals. All right. There we go. All the babies are down below. Great. So now I can press this button. They'll stop jumping around. The lava should come... I did something wrong. One moment. What did I do wrong? All right, here's what I did wrong. Whenever I put the trapdoors in, I forgot to put a trapdoor on that back side. All right, so what we're going to do is break that, obviously. We're going to put a trapdoor right there. Yes, that's what keeps the water from going down. And then we need to put a new lava bucket in here. All right, you know what? Actually, I don't mind showing mistakes on camera because actually then you can learn from my mistakes. But now we have a bit of a pickle again. We need to get this thing reset so that they're going out correctly. Let's pull out the lava bucket, or let's get the lava out of there. Yes. Get the lava out of there. Okay, then we put the lava bucket back. Put this back. And now I think we're resynced again. The water's out, the lava is not. When we go up our ladder, push the button. The lava comes out, the water retreats, and there we go. Okay, all right. Well, now you've seen how a mistake can be made and how it can be fixed, and that should be good. All right. Now you know how to build the optimized cow farm, and you know how to troubleshoot the optimized cow farm, because you saw me making mistakes, and you know what? Mistakes are okay. You just gotta fix them. Yes? Yes. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please leave a like below. That'd be amazing, or even consider subscribing. But mainly, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found it adequate.